Good morning. I, Dr.N.Veena, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Economics, Faculty of Arts and Science, BIHER. Today I am going to discuss about process of accounting and introduction to tally. So let me see the meaning and definition about accounting. So accounting means it is the process of recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting the financial transaction and communicating the result is called it as accounting. According to the AICPA, defined that it is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and a term of money transaction and event which are the part of at least a financial characters and imparting the result thereof is called it as accounting, which means that accounting means it is the process of reporting, recording, and interpreting and summarizing the economical data. The introduction of accounting helps the decision makers of a company to make effective decision or effective choice by providing information on the financial status of the business. Next, coming to the fundamentals of accounting. The fundamentals of accounting are three. One is assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Let me see one by one. Asset means it is the economic value of an item which is possessed by the enterprise is called it as asset. Otherwise, the assets are those items that can be transformed into cash or that generate income for the enterprises shortly. So that we are called it as asset. So it is very useful in paying expenses of the business entity or debt. And coming to the liabilities, which means it is the economic value of an obligation or debt that is payable by the enterprises to other establishment or individual is referred to the liability. In other words, liability means it is nothing but it is the obligation that are rising out of the previous transaction, which is payable by the enterprises through the assets possessed by the enterprise is called it as liability. And coming to the owner's equity, it is one of the three vital segments of sole proprietorship balance sheet. And one of the main aspects of this accounting equation is asset equals liability plus owner's equity. It means it depicts the owner's investment in a trade minus the owner's withdrawal from the trade plus the net income since the business concern commenced is called it as owner's equity. And the next one is objectives of accounting. So these are all the main objectives of accounting. Let me see one by one. The first objective is to maintain a systematic record of business transaction, which means that here accounting is used to maintain a systematic record for all the financial transactions in a book of accounts, right? So for this, all the transactions are recorded in chronological order in journal. Then that will be posted to ledger. And the second objective is to ascertain profit and loss account, which means that, see, every businessman is keen to know the net result of the business operation periodically, right? So to check whether the business has earned profit or incurred any losses, we come to know through preparing this profit and loss account. And the third objective of accounting is to determine the financial position, which means it is very important objective to determine the financial position of the business, to check the value of assets and also the liabilities. See, for this purpose, we have to prepare balance sheet. And the fourth objective is to provide information to various users, which means providing information to the various interested parties or stakeholders is one of the most important objective of accounting. It helps in them making a good financial decision regarding the business activity. And the fifth and last objectives of accounting is to assist the management, which means by analyzing the financial data and providing the interpretation in the form of reports Accounting assists management in handling the business operation effectively and efficiently. So these are all the main objectives of accounting. And the next one is characteristics of accounting. So what are the characteristics means? These are all the following important characteristics we can be drawn from the definition of accounting. So what are the characteristics means? The first one is identifying financial transaction and event, which means accounting records only those transactions and events which are of the financial nature. So first of all, such transaction and event should be identified. The second characteristic is measuring the transaction, which means accounting measures the transaction and events in terms of money, which are considered as a common unit. And the third one is recording of transaction. It involves recording financial transaction, inappropriate books, appropriate books of accounts such as a journal or subsidiary book, right? And the fourth one is classifying the transaction. Here, the transaction recorded in the book of original entry, that means journal or subsidiary book, here are classified and grouped according to the nature and posted in separate account is called it as ledger. And the next is summarizing the transaction, which means it involves presenting the classifying data in a manner and in the form of statement which are understandable by the users. Here, it includes trial balance, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. And the next, analyzing and interpreting financial data. So the result of the business are analyzed and also the interpreted so that the users of the financial statement can make a meaningful and sound judgment. And the next one is communicating the financial data or report to the users. This is very important characteristics. Here we have to communicate the appropriate financial data to the needed users on the time so that it is the final step of the accounting. So they can take appropriate decision in a prompt manner in prompt time. So these are all the special characteristics of accounting. The next one is branches of accounting. See, the accounting branches divided into three. One is financial accounting, second one is cost accounting, and third one is management accounting. So financial accounting means it is the branch of accounting which involves identifying, measuring, recording, classifying, summarizing the business transaction. That is, it involves the step from identifying, recording transaction, and summarizing the entire financial data. So that we are called it as financial accounting. The next accounting is cost accounting, which means that here we considered with the process of ascertaining and controlling the cost of product and cost of services. So that we are called it as cost accounting. And coming to the management accounting, it refers to that it is also one of the branch of accounting. Here we have to consider with presenting the accounting information in a such a way that means that helps the management in planning and also the controlling the operation of the business, and it also helps to take the decision making. So these are all the most important branches of accounting. And the next one is, what are the advantages of accounting? What are the advantages of accounting means? The advantages are, the first and foremost advantages provide information about the financial performance, which means here accounting provides the factual information about the financial performance during a given period of time. See, like profit and loss account detail and whether the company earned the profit or loss incurred for the particular period, and what is the financial position of the particular point, everything it describes. Okay, so it gives a proper information about the financial performance. That is the important advantage. And the second one is provide assistance to the management. I already told you that here accounting helps management in business planning and decision making and controlling. So for this, it provides the financial information in the form of reports. And the third advantages is it facilitates comparative study, which means by keeping a systematic record and preparing a report at a regular interval, So this accounting helps in making a comparison with one another. And the next one is helps in settlement of tax liability, which means that a systematic accounting records helps in settlement of various tax liability like income tax, GST, etc. And the next one is helpful in raising the loan. So here, these financial statements, the banks and financial institutions grant a loan to the firm on the basis of appraisal of the financial statement of the firm. And the next one is helpful in decision making, which means here accounting provide useful information to the management so that they can take right decision in the right time. So here the prompt decision making is made through this accounting system. So these are all the advantages towards the accounting. And coming to the drawbacks, what are the limitations of the accounting means? The first limitation, accounting is not prices. It means that it is not completely free from the personal bias or judgment. This is one of the limitation. And the next one is accounting is done on historical value of asset, which means accounting record assets at their historical cost, less depreciation. So it does not reflect their current market value. This is also one of the drawbacks. And coming to the third, ignore the effect of price level changes, which means here accounting statement are prepared at the historical cost. So that what happens? So changes in the value of money are ignored. And the next one is ignore the qualitative information. Here, accounting records only monetary transaction, right? So it ignores the qualitative aspect. This is also one of the drawback. And the last drawback is affected by window dressing. The window dressing means it is a manipulation in the accounting to present a more favorable position of the business than the actual position. So it is this window dressing also can be affected. So these are all the limitations of accounting. These are all the limitations of accounting. The next important topic is process. What are the process of accounting means? Let's start with analysis and end with finalizing. Let me see one by one in detailed manner. The first step is analysis. It is the first step of accounting cycle. We have to analyze the accounting transaction and determine the nature of accounts involved so that a proper recording can be done. And the second, after analyzing, the second one is journalize. See, after determining the accounts involved, the next step is we have to journalize the transaction in journal book. It is also called it as book of original. Here, original entry, because this is the first record where transactions are entered. The transaction in a journal are entered and when they occur in the chronological order. Here, a journal is prepared on the concept of double entry, where every transaction affects at least two accounts, that is debit to one account and credit to another account. The third step is posting. See, after journalizing, the accounting transaction are posted to the ledger account in order to classify and group transaction related to the single account at one place. After posting, the next one is summarizing. Here, the accounting cycle required summarizing of the entire pertaining to the particular period in a trial balance. See, a trial balance is essential. It is a list out all the accounts, that means debit as well as credit, and provide an overall of the various type of financial transaction entered into by any organization for the particular period. That we call it as summarizing. The next step is adjusting. See, after preparation of trial balance, the next important step is to pass journal entry pertaining to certain adjustment like recording of closing stock, adjusting prepaid, outstanding expenses, and also recording advance acquired income, etc. So these journal entry are known as adjusting entry. After that, correcting. It means that after the adjusting entry are passed and posted to the respective ledger accounts, the trial balance has to be corrected and adjusted to show the impact of the adjusting entry. So for this purpose, an amended trial balance is prepared. So this amended trial balance is also called it as adjusted trial balance. The next one is organizing. It is the next step of accounting cycle is to organize the various account by preparing the financial statement, namely income statement and balance sheet. So the income statement shows all the expenses incurred and also income earned by the organization during the particular financial period. And coming to the balance sheet, it is describe the financial position of the business and display the various assets owned and also liability owned by the company. And the next one is closing. So after preparation of profit and loss account or income statement and balance sheet, the accounts have to be closed. They have to prepare for the next accounting period. So this is a temporary account, that means nominal account, which means income and expenses account that are closed by transferring their balance to the profit and loss account by means of single consolidated journal entry, and then the profit and loss account is closed by transferring the profit or loss to the particular capital account. So this is the last step. The step is finalizing, which means that here we have to prepare the final trial balance showing the effort, all the transaction of the year and having closing balance of the account for the year. So here this closing trial balance serves all as the basis or opening of the base of the opening balance for the next year or accounting cycle. So these are all the important process of accounting or accounting cycle. And the next topic is system of accounting. System of accounting. So there are generally the system of accounting are divided into two types. One is double entry system and another one is single entry system. See, double entry system means it is based on the dual aspect principle. Here, every transaction has two aspects, that is a debit and a credit of an equal amount. So this system of accounting recognize and record both aspects of transaction. And coming to the single entry system means here both aspects are not recorded for all the transaction. Either only one aspect is recorded or both the aspects are not recorded for all the transaction. So this is the explanation about these two. And coming to the advantages of double entry system means these are all the following main advantages of double entry system. The first one is scientific system, which means that as compared to the other system, the system is recording transaction in more scientific and also it is useful to achieve the objective of the accounting. And next one is a complete record of transaction, which means since both the aspects of transaction are considered, there is a complete recording of each and every transaction. So by using these records, we are able to compute profit and loss account very easily. And the next one is check arithmetical accuracy of accounts, which means under this system, by preparing a trial balance, we are able to check the arithmetic accuracy of the record. And the next one is determination of profit loss and despite the financial position, which means that under this system, by preparing profit and loss account, we get know about the profit earned or loss incurred by the business. By preparing the balance sheet, the financial position of the business can be ascertained. That is position of asset and also position of liability, we come to know. So last advantages is helpful in decision making. I already told you that here administration and management are able to take the decision on the basis of factual information under the double entry system of accounting. So these are all the advantages of double entry system. So now we come to know the basic information about the accounting, its meaning, definition, and what are the advantages and limitations, and what are the process, everything we come to know. Now we enter into the tally. So introduction about the tally. First we know about what is tally. See, tally is the accounting software package that is used to record day by day business data of a company. See, the latest version of Tally is Tally ERP 9. So it is most important financial accounting system used in India. For small and medium enterprises, it is complete enterprise software. So it is a GST software which an ideal combination of function, control, and inbuilt customizability. See, especially in Tally ERP9 is the best accounting software because this software can integrate with other business applications like inventory, finance, sales, payroll, purchasing, like this. So this Tally software is used for storing all the business transaction of each account in detail, so that they have made calculation very simple. So this Tally has become a part of all businesses, especially the small scale enterprises believe that this Tally software carry out efficient business transaction and it provides accuracy and also save a lot of time. See, manual calculation or time consuming, that's why all the organizations use this Tally software. So because of Tally, the chances of error are reduced to great extent. The Tally software can learn at home and this designated institute. So it is self-explanatory and easy to learn. So this Tally is very cost effective and also the time saving. So that it also ensures accuracy in business management. And also it enables the digitalization of bills and also signature. So that staying up to date with latest technology. So these are all the small introduction about the Tally. And coming to the versions of Tally. Tally versions, it actually starts 3.1, but the main function versions are Tally 4.5. So it was the first version of the Tally. It was released in the year of 1990, I think. So this software is based on MS-DOS. And the next version, 5.4 version, this is the second version of Tally. So it was released in the year of 1996. That means it was a graphical interface version. And the third version, 6.3 version, it was released in the year of 2001. So this version was window-based and it is also supported printing and implementing with VAT. VAT is value added tax. And the next version is 7.2 version. It was released in the year of 2005. So it was added with the new feature of statutory complementary version and also VAT rules as per the state wise. And the next version is 8.1 version. It was developed with a new data structure and it was added with new features of POS. POS means point of sale and payroll. The next version was Tally 9. It was released in the year of 2006. So this version was released due on bug of errors. So this version has maximum features such as TDS, FBT, payroll, ETDS filling, etc. And the latest version of Tally is ERP 9. So it was released in the year of 2009. So this package is offering maximum features for small to large business industries. So it is also updated with new features like goods and services tax, that is GST, etc. So these are all the versions about Tally. And coming to the features of Tally, especially Tally ERP 9. What are the features in the sense? These are all the some features. The first feature is simplicity. So this accounting software is easy to set up, so simple to use, and it is designed to simplify the complex day-to-day activities associated in an enterprise. So it allows easy keyboard operation and also it required basic knowledge of accounts and English to use it. The next feature is Auditor's Edition, which means here a special Auditor Edition is offered by this Tally RP9. It provides auditing and compliance capability exclusively for chartered accountants. And the next one is Remote Access, which means that it provides its users with remote capabilities to access the data from any location whatsoever at any point of time. The next one is scalability, which means this ERP9 suit any style of business needed and eliminate the necessity of the business to change its style of operation. So in order to adopt the nature of the application. The next one is power. It allows users to maintain multiple companies and with unlimited level of classification and grouping capabilities. It even allows drill down facility from report level of transaction level also. The next is accounting without codes. So this Tally ERP9 allow accounting with regular name without any accounting codes. So that is the another feature. And real-time processing, which means that this real-time processing allow immediate posting and updating of the book of accounts. So as soon as the transaction are entered, so thereby the facilitating instant statement and report. And it also facilitates a real-time and multi-user environment. And the next one is concurrent multilingual capability, which means that it offers its users with the exclusive capability of maintaining their accounts in any Indian language, and also weaving them in another language and printing them with another Indian language. This is the additional feature. The last one is flexibility, which means that here it comes with flexible option to generate instant report for any given period, either in the month or year or any given point of time, besides providing the facility to switch between the accounts and inventory reports to same company or between the companies. And the next one is speed. It provides the capability to generate instant and accurate reports, which assists the management to take timely and corrective decision for the overall productivity and also the growth of the organization. And the next one is controlling center. Here, the work has interference between the user and instead at different sites and enable the users to certainly and administrator site and also users belonging to the account. So these are all the essential features of Tally. And the next one is coming to the advantages. What are the advantages of Tally? So these are all the main advantages. So data reliability and security. See, especially in Tally, the entered data is very reliable and also the secure. See here, there is no scope for entering the data after being entered into the software. So that is one of the advantages. And payroll management means several calculations that need to be made while dispersing salary to the employee. So here the Tally is used to maintain the financial record of the company. So that include net deduction, net payment, bonuses, and taxes, etc. Is very useful for payroll management. And the next one is bank management in the banking sector. The banks use Tally to manage various users' accounts and also calculate interest on deposit. So this Tally support or ensure in the calculation and makes banking simpler. And the next one is regulation of data across geographical location, which means this Tally software is used to manage the data of an organization globally. So here Tally can bring together all the branches of the company and make the common calculation for it at large. So no matter which location a company employee has access, it will uniform throughout. And the next one is ease of maintaining a budget. So it is the excellent advantage. It is used to maintain the budget. That means the Tally is used to help the companies to work and manage expenses by keeping in mind the total budget which is being allotted. And the simple tax return filling. See here tax GST is used to ensure that the company complies with all GST norms. The tax GST take care of service tax return, excess tax, VAT filling, TDS return, and profit and loss account statement for all small enterprises or businesses. And the next one is auto tool for compliance, which means it acts an audit tool. So it is used to carry the regular auditor of the companies. So it does not through compliance check towards the financial year, but beginning and ensuring that all the monetary transactions are smoothly being carried out. And the next excellent advantage is remote access of data, which means employee can access the financial data using the unique user ID and password. So the logging and access the data can be done by setting the comfort and one office or houses. And the last advantages is quick access to the document. That means here the Tally can save all the invoices and receipts, bills, vouchers, and its folder, right? So by using the Tally, we can quickly access any of the previous stored documents. So we can immediately retrieve all the bills related files. So these are all the advantages towards the Tally. So we know what is Tally and what are the versions we have and what are the advantages and features of Tally. So let me start. How we can start the Tally. So when we successfully install this Tally on Windows, we can start Tally ERP9 by using any one of the following methods. Either we give double click on the Tally ERP9 icon from the computer as follows. Otherwise, we can go for, we have to follow the path, like we go for start, and in that programs we have select here, and in the Tally ERP9 is there. So any one of the method we have to start the Tally. See, once you start the Tally ERP9 application, the welcome home screen should be like this only. So the display of the Tally is like this. So after Tally software is loading, the startup screen of the Tally ERP, it should be like this only. So the next is components of Tally. See the components, totally the 8 components of Tally are there. The components are title bar, horizontal button, close button, and the next one is task bar, gateway of Tally, and the next one is info panel, calculation area, button toolbar, and date and time. So these are all the most important components of Tally. See, let me see one by one. See here, this is the title bar. This bar is used to display the Tally software that we are using. Okay, and next is horizontal button bar. So this bar helps to choose keyboard setting, supporting center, language control, and help button. And third button bar is close button. So if you click on this close button, or we can use Control plus M to close the Tally window. If you want to close the Tally window, either you click on this button bar, otherwise in keyboard we can use Control plus M option also. And the next bar is task bar. So this task bar is used to display the task of the Tally ERP9. And the next one is gateway of Tally. So this is the main menu. So it is used to display the menu, screen, and reports. And the next one is info panel. So the info panel means information panel. So it is used to display the license details, configuration details, and Tally version. And the next one is calculation area. So it is used for calculation functions. Okay. And the button toolbar, it is used to display the button that enable for immediate inferences. And the last one is date and time. So this button bar used to display the current date and current time. And the next one is accounting features in Tally ERP9. So in Tally ERP9, accounting features are one of the most important category of the company features. It consists of several configuration and also the functions, so which are used for transaction and report. So this accounting features can be opened either by click on the option F11 feature or by pressing function key F11. So once you open, the screen should be like this only. Okay. So this is the actual screen. It contains around 6 category. The first one is general. Here, some of the options are there, like maintain accounts only. It means that if you want to maintain only the account transaction, then you have to click on the button and give yes. And the next one is integrate accounts and inventory. See, if you want to include stock or inventory details also, then you choose this button and give yes option. And the third one is use income and expenses account instead of profit and loss account. See, if we want to display the income and expenses account as a menu instead of profit and loss account, then we will choose this option. And the next one is enable multi-currency. So it means that if we want to work with multi-currency, then you choose this option like this. So we have the 6 option like outstanding management and cost profit centering management and invoicing related information and budget related information, bank details related information and other features. So whatever you want, you go and select and give this option. Otherwise you give no. The next one is how to create a company. So this is the most important thing. First, we want to create a company. So in that, we have to follow 2 steps. In Tally, after logging, that means login, the double click on the creating company option, the following navigation path is used. And that means gateway of Tally, company information, you have to create a company. So this is the actual screen for creating the company. So this all the following screen display, the company creation window. This is the actual creation company creation window. It contains some of the details. So the details are the first one is directory. Directory means it is nothing but the data storage location. That means the Tally directory will store all data you entered in Tally ERP 9. Anyway, by default, the data storage will be inside the installation of the folder. And the second one is name. Here, in this field, we are required to type the name of the company. For example, XYZ company or ABC company like this. And the next one is mailing name. That means primary mailing details. Here, mailing name is in this field, we are required to type the name of the company. And the next one is address. In this field, we are required to enter the address of the company. The next one is country. Here we are required to select the country from the listed in which the business operates. And next one is state. In this state data field, we have to select the state in which we would company in statutory law. And next one is PIN code. Here, PIN code of the location where the office exit. And coming to the contact details, we enter into the company contact number, which we would like to display on the invoice. And coming to the mobile number, here we want to enter the mobile number and related data. And next one is fax number. Here the company email address to which any product inquiry and other communication could be made. And the next one is website. Here entering the company web address details. And the next one is book and financial year details. Here the financial year beginning from. In this data field, you have to type the financial year in which you want to create a company. Suppose you may be starting company on December 1, 2021. You should enter the financial year. Okay. That means 1/4/2021 like this. And the next one is book beginning from, which means in this data field, you have to type financial year in which you want to create a company, Suppose you may be starting company on December 1, 2021, but you want to, you should enter the financial from 1/4/2021. Means starting in the middle of the financial year. See, companies were migrating from manual accounting to Tally ERP9 in the middle of the financial year. And the next one is security control. So here the Tally VAT password, that means the data field is for security purpose. So by enabling this field, this Tally ERP9 convert Tally data into the encrypt format. That means encrypt means the converted data from recognized format to unrecognized format. Okay. By entering the Tally VAT password, we can prevent unauthorized access of the company data. So now in latest Tally ERP9, there is the password strength indicator. That means which will help you to set a strong password. The red color indicate a weak password, whereas the peach color is fair and yellow color is good, and green color indicate the strong password. Okay. And the next one is use security control. Here, enabling this data field, we will get complete control over the data. We can assign users for specific purpose. For example, we can assign data entry operators who can access only voucher entry screen. Otherwise, we can assign billing clerk who can access only sales invoice voucher. We can assign financial manager who can access financial data and report to the administrator control like this. So in this field, we will be asked the administrator name and also the password. And the next one is base currency information. See, this is the base currency information. In that, in this data field, the currency symbol of the country is auto-selected based on the country of the origin fed by you in the previous data field. So there is no need to change this data field if you are using the same currency for accounting also. And the next one is formal name. So this is the formal name of the currency selected in the previous field. And suffix symbol means here the data field will ask you whether the currency symbol is required for or not. For example, prior to amount like $4,500 like this. Okay, the next one is add space between amount and symbol. So which means this data is like for the $4,500 space in between currency symbol or amount. And the next one is show amount in million. See here, if we set this data field to yes, Tally will display the amount in millions that are in the balance sheet or other reports. So, for example, amount, for example, 14 million or will be shown as 10 like this. Okay. And the next one is number of decimal place. So, it is a general practice to use 2 decimal places. For example, for using paisa in Indian currency, we can use 2 decimal place. For using cent in American dollar currency, they can also use 2 decimal place. So decimal place difference. The next one is word representing amount after decimal. So this data field is using in printing. That means the Indian currency decimal portion is said to be paisa, right? So set this field as per your formal name of the decimal value in your currency. And the next one is number of decimal places for amount in the word. So here if we set in this data field to 1 decimal places in Indian currency, then while printing 75 paisa. So we'll print as 70 paisa. If we set this 2 decimal, then it will print the second fraction like the 75 paisa like this. Okay. So after that, to save the details, enter into the company creation. So if you enter, you have entered all the details, and after verifying it seems to be the right, then you have to accept the screen by pressing enter and again enter to the accept for save the details. Okay. So that's all. So these are all the about how to create a company. So thank you.